Welcome back to Across the Aisle. My name is Gail Garbrandt, and this is our first show for 2016. We last were with you live on election night in November of 2015, and we're back in a whole new election cycle, and it's very, very exciting. The show is on Channel 2 on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. and then again on Fridays at 4:30 p.m. If those times are not convenient for you to catch the show, don't worry, because you can go online to WJERTV2.com and you can find us across the aisle. You can also find us on YouTube, so you won't have to miss a show. And on behalf of everyone at TV2, thanks for joining us. We are in a compressed primary season because this is a presidential year. And as those of you who are politically savvy know, in Ohio during a presidential year, the primary moves from May to March. So the primary election is actually March 15th of 2016. But there are some important dates that I also wanted to point out to you. The last day to register to vote is February 16th, and you can do that at the Tusc County Board of Elections, or you can do it where you get your license plates and at any public library. If you have moved since the last election, you need to change your address, and you can do that change of address form also at any of those places by or before the 16th of February. February 17th is the first day of early voting. That means that you can go into the Board of Elections, show your identification, and you can actually cast your ballot. For those of you who like to vote an absentee ballot, you no longer need an excuse, but you do have to fill out an application, which you can pick up online at the Ohio Secretary of State's office or at the Tusc County Board of Elections. So please write those dates down and keep them in mind. For today's episode, we have a special guest, and my guest today is Tusc County Engineer Joe Bachman. And Engineer Bachman has been the county engineer for more than 25 years. And we are having him on the show to talk about a ballot proposal on the March 15th ballot. So please stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with Across the Aisle.
Myers & Miller Podiatry provides complete foot and ankle care to patients of all ages. The practice was established in 2000 by Dr. Adam Myers and has grown to include Dr. Andy Miller in 2007, Dr. Jason Bakich in 2010, and most recently Dr. Kristen Henry in 2015. Our core values of respect and honesty are the basis for how we manage our practice, and we continue to grow by building relationships with our patients in order to better serve their needs. Myers & Miller Podiatry serves Tuscarawas and Holmes counties with offices in Dover, Sugar Creek, Newcomerstown, Millersburg, and our newest location in Yorksville. Let's get started with building our relationship.
WJER and TV2 would like to introduce you to a new website, WJERTV2.com, where you can watch exciting high school football, soccer, and volleyball replays from TV2 Sports on your home computer, smartphone, or tablet. Also watch the latest episodes of TV2's original programming, Sports Talk, The Garden Girl, The Not So Shy Chef, Off the Record, and Medical Minutes, as well as catch up on local community news and search for local businesses. So make sure to check out the new WJERTV2.com community website where everything's local.
Welcome back to Across the Aisle. My name is Gail Garbrandt, and my guest for this episode is Tuscarawas County Engineer Joe Bachman. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. We thought it was very timely to have Engineer Bachman here because there is a ballot proposal on the March 15th ballot that you'll all be voting for in a very short period of time that does concern the engineer's office. So I wanted Engineer Bachman to first talk to us a little bit about his work as an engineer, what the county engineer's office is responsible for, and where they get their operating funds to make sure that all of the infrastructure that they're responsible for is safe and sound for all of us who travel throughout the county. So welcome, Joe. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is my 28th year as county engineer, and we have responsibility for about 466 miles of county roads. We have responsibility for 272 bridges. Now, of course, obviously we have every bridge on a county road. We have all the bridges on township roads, and we maintain some bridges in cities and villages. Not every bridge. That's kind of a complicated part of the law. But just kind of a background on our office. Our income comes totally from license plate fees and from gas taxes. When you buy a gallon of gas, you pay 46 cents total tax. And of that 46 cents, 18 cents goes to the federal government, and we really don't see any of that. 28 cents goes to the state of Ohio, and of that 28 cents, we get around 3 cents. So counties, when you buy a gallon, every gallon of gas you buy, we get 3 cents. And in addition to that, when you buy a license for your car, with registrar fees, you pay $34. We get around $14 of that license plate fee. Now, whether it's a pickup truck, you might pay more, but we typically get $14 out of every license plate fee. And we do get a little bit of income from traffic fines, but it's in the big picture, it's almost nothing. Just a lot of people don't understand this issue, but we get no money from property tax. We get no money from sales tax. It is totally, in effect, user fees for license fees and gas taxes. Our budget is in the range of $5.3 million a year. Of that budget, roughly 1/3 of it goes to payroll and things like health insurance, workers' comp insurance, et cetera, et cetera. About 50% of it goes to construction contracts and buying materials. And then the remainder of it is when we're buying equipment, building maintenance, and maybe that other 15% is miscellaneous. One of the reasons that I am asking for approval of a license plate fee is the fact that our income has, over the last 10 years, been stagnant, totally stagnant. And one of the reasons for that is people really aren't buying more cars, and people are buying a little bit less gas because cars are getting more efficient. People are going to electric cars, and actually one of the local waste haulers has liquid natural gas in his truck, so he's not paying those gas taxes. But we're asking for a $10 increase, and just our income over the last 10 years, we actually have had a 0.2% increase. That is 0.2% increase over the last 10 years. During those last 10 years, asphalt has increased 83%. Salt has increased 108%. Concrete, 16%. Emulsion, which is the liquid that we use in chip and seal, that's the liquid asphalt, has increased 82%. Limestone has increased 54%. So those big percent increases and our 0.2% increase in budget simply means that we've been able to do a lot less. And what we've really have started doing, we've already cut a lot. When I became a county engineer in 1989, January of '89, I inherited 52 people. Right now I have 27 people, counting myself, on the staff. So we've essentially cut our staff in half. Now, that along with those cuts, we've cut a lot of, well, particularly snow and ice services. We've cut the amount of people we have out there for snow and ice, and we've cut all. In effect, this year, for the first 15 to 20 years of my time as county engineer, we were rebuilding 6 bridges per year. Now we're down to 1 or 2 bridges per year. We were paving an average of 35 miles a year. We're down to 8 miles per year. What that means, and just take the bridge situation for instance. We have 272 bridges. The typical design life of a bridge is 50 years. If you do that math, we need to be doing 5 to 6 bridges a year just to stay even with things. And we were able to do some catching up in the past, but doing 1 or 2 bridges a year for very long, we're going to end up with a lot of bridges with load limits. And the paving, boy, you can go drive a lot of our roads. Go drive New England Road, Winklepleck Road, and the paving, pavement quality has really suffered in the last few years simply because we have not been able to pave. We're stuck with patching. Some of the other cuts that we've done, we have eliminated all edge lines on our road, and that's a safety issue. We've cut a lot of our center line striping. We're only striping, putting center line on roads that have more than 500 vehicles per day. We've cut, we used to be able to do 2 or 3, correct 2 or 3 blind intersections every year. We've cut that program. We are doing 1 or 2 intersections a year, but we've cut that quite a bit. We've cut our mowing down, so there's less visibility in intersections. So we've made some safety related sacrifices here in terms of what we've done. So we've tried to be judicious in what we're cutting, but let's not kid each other. We have already cut quite a bit in terms of our services.
Well, stay tuned and we'll be back with more Across the Aisle.
Omni Orthopedics comprehensive programs provide early diagnosis and successful treatment for every musculoskeletal problem. With more than 30 years of orthopedic experience, their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. From evaluation to rehabilitation, your treatment plan is designed around your needs. Omni Orthopedics specializes in sports medicine, the spine, physical medicine and rehabilitation, foot and ankle, and hand surgery. If pain makes activities like climbing stairs, standing or walking a challenge, turn to the home team at Omni Orthopedics. Their mission is to provide you with the highest quality and most advanced orthopedic services so you can get back in the game. Located in the Oxford Medical Arts Building, Omni offers a full-service facility including digital x-ray and physical therapy. So there's no need to travel when quality care is so close to home. Omni Orthopedics, setting the standard in orthopedic care.
Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Welcome back to Across the Aisle. My name is Gail Garbrandt, and with me today is County Engineer Joe Bachman from Tusc County, and we've been discussing the ballot proposal for a license tax increase that you will vote on March 15th, 2016. I'm really happy that you brought those figures with you, Joe, because I had no idea. Every single one of your costs has gone up, but your income in the last 10 years has only increased 0.2%, not 2%, 0.2% in 10 years. How many of us who are out there in the workforce could really make it if we only got a 0.2% raise in 10 years? That would be a pretty sorry state of affairs. Well, Joe, give us some more insight as to how this increase that is proposed in March on the ballot is going to translate to the average person who drives a car, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Well, just one more point in terms of budget items, just a real quick comparison. If you look on ODOT's website, they have a budget of $172,300 per mile. We have a budget of $11,440 per mile. So on a per mile basis, if ODOT has $1, we have 7 cents. Just a comparison of
apples to oranges,
yes,
apples to
yes.
apples, not apples to oranges.
We all have to follow the same rule book. We have to follow the Ohio Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices. So it's very difficult.
Talk about doing more with less.
Yes, and we have been doing it. I'm very proud of our employees and what we have done in the last few years. But the license fee that we are proposing, that we're looking at, and the commissioners elected to put it on the ballot so that everybody would have a voice. And we expect that there's going to be a lot of discussion. And first of all, if there's any questions at all, the county engineer's office we're in the telephone book. Please call us and ask. We're happy to discuss anything. But the license fee, as I said, right now, if you go buy a vehicle in most areas of this county, you're paying actually $34.50. The registrar fee is $3.50, and the license fee itself is $31. And we get 14 of those $31. So the proposal on the ballot is to increase that by $10. Now, there's several people, several entities in the county that already have a $5 license plate fee. So it would only increase by an additional $5. And those, right now, Franklin Township, Bolivar Village, Denison Village, Janaden Hutton Village, and actually Newcomerstown already has the $10 fee, so I don't believe there would be an increase there at all. Peral, Port Washington, Tuscarawas Village, and the city of Uricksville. So when I say you're voting on a $10 fee, well, really, a lot of the areas are only voting to increase by $5. Now,
And then with Newcomerstown, there will be no increase, correct?
right, okay. Yes, that's my understanding.
Okay.
And be aware that according to state code, not all of this increase would go to the county. Approximately, we're looking to I think the motor vehicles, Bureau of Motor Vehicles have estimated this to be $737,000 income additional for our department. In addition to that, the cities, counties, townships, cities, villages, and townships in this county would get somewhere around $215,000. So there is some, like I think New Philadelphia would get about $50,000. So they would have that as increased street maintenance money. So it is, to a small degree, a share of the wealth situation, but it is obviously the majority of that is going to the county.
Now, do you know the last time that the license fees were changed? You know how long ago it was?
Actually, it would have been about 10 years ago. A large portion of that license plate fee, I think $11 of it goes to the Highway Patrol. And they were added somewhere, I'm going to say around 2005, somewhere in there. But
Okay.
yeah, so at least 10 years ago. The other thing that I want to kind of point out, we're one of, I believe, 9 counties in this state that do not have some additional income. When you look just at license plate fees, look at the surrounding counties, Guernsey County has a $5 license fee additional. Coshocton has 10 additional. Holmes has $5 additional, and I think they're looking at moving that to 15. I think there's discussion there. Wayne has $15 additional. Stark has $15 additional. Carroll County does not have an additional license fee, but they have a road and bridge levy. So most of the counties surrounding us, in fact, 79 of the 88 counties have some additional income short of that base that's provided by the state of Ohio. So it's not like we're asking a lot compared to other people. We're simply trying to catch up to where other people are.
Right, so it's not really something, it's not a new idea, it's just something that's been trending, and you're at a point in terms of what you are required to do and what you're able to do that you need to close that gap a bit.
And Gail, I'm like I say, I'm in my 28th year here. It's fair to say that I'm more than half of my tenure as county engineer is done. No, I'm in 10 years, I probably won't be here. I want to leave this county in a good state. I think we have it in a pretty good state, particularly we have 2 bridges that have load limits on it. I'm very proud of that because I inherited 34 bridges with load limits.
Oh my.
I'm very proud of that. And I want to leave it to my successor, and my grandkids are going to grow up here. I mean, I want to leave this county in as good a state as I possibly can. And, this really isn't going to benefit me because I am nearing the end of my career, in the next 10 years or so. And, I want to make sure that we leave this county in a good situation. And a lot of the things that we've cut and a lot of the emphasis right now is on safety. And if you look at things, look at safety situations, safety statistics, if you're driving a mile on a local road, you're 3 times as likely to have an accident as driving that same mile on a state route. So the accident rates on local roads, and it's true in our county, our accident rates are quite a bit above the state of Ohio's accident rates. And a lot of the cuts that we had were related to accidents. And I've read a lot of accident reports, and I don't want to read accident reports, but it is a situation that really is the emphasis. We're trying to have a safe system, and agriculture is very important to this county, and we're trying to get that system, keep that system to the point where it's efficient for the agricultural community. So,
okay. Well, Joe has given us a lot of valuable information, and I hope that it's information that will help you make a more informed choice when you go in to vote on March 15th. And again, this is going to be on the ballot in Tuscarawas County, so everyone who lives in the county will be voting. Make sure that you do get registered by February 16th. And we do want to thank you, Joe, for being our guest on Across the Aisle.
Thank you.
And again, we are on Channel 2 on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m., on Fridays at 4:30 p.m. If you are unable to watch us at that time, you can go online at wjertv2.com and you can find our show Across the Aisle. And we're also on YouTube. So thanks again for joining us. We're off to a very lively primary election season in the state of Ohio. And for all of us here at TV2, thanks for watching.